everybody, and welcome to Hollywood Studios. It is raining, which is why I have my umbrella up. Today's video is going to be the Instagrammable walls within Hollywood Studios, hence the weather hopefully holding up. It's a little not looking too great. I thought that the weather radar over studios looked clear. Obviously, it's not. So we'll see how this goes, how it turns out. I'm not 100% sure yet how we're gonna tour studios. I think we might go down on Sunset Boulevard first and then kind of work our way around. Hollywood Studios really doesn't have a nice flow to it right now without Galaxy's Edge being open. There's really no nice way to tour it. Everywhere kind of ends in a dead end. So we are going to work our way through the best possible. Our first little journey right off of the main Hollywood Studios street is going to be down Sunset Boulevard. So this right here is the Legends of Hollywood store, and this is a very, very popular spot for photos. It is closed right now for renovations. However, if you stand right about here and take a bit of an angled photo, the screen's gonna be sideways for you guys, I'm sorry, but you can get actually a really cool shot, especially if the lights are on at nighttime, with all the lights and the little ticket booth in the background. There's some really, really neat stuff you can do here. It's a really, really great backdrop. And this goes for basically anything on Sunset Boulevard. You can see here too how all the lights, the billboards up top, how it would look really, really cool. Of course, another really great and obvious spot is just literally standing right in the middle of Sunset Boulevard. Look at that view with the Hollywood Tower of Terror. It looks amazing here. It is very, very Hollywood picturesque, as it is supposed to be, and it just looks awesome. And here, once again, we have the Once Upon a Time kind of light setup. This one would also be really cute. Has more of a black and white theme to it, depending on your Instagram, whatever you want that to look like. Really look at that as a kind of photo right here, or you could sit on the bench and have it in the background, however you'd like. I'm now going across to the other side of the street here, where we have the Sunset Ranch Market. Now, this sign, sure, is really, really cute. However, if we look right back here, we have a whole nice wall with it that is doors. It does open backstage. However, you can look here as a really nice wall to take photos with. So it says Sunset Ranch Market is some bright yellow, bright red. It would look really good with some saturation on it in a photo. And they have ducks too. This here is the Anaheim Produce Cart, and here they sell mandarin oranges, drinks, all that kind of stuff. Imagine standing in front of this little cart holding up one of those drinks. I think it'd be super cute, especially with the orange and the typography there. I think it looks real good. We are now back to the main center of Hollywood Studios, and obviously there's a ton of stuff here. We are going to get to the theater later. However, if we look right over here, we have this boat quick service restaurant. I don't know what it's called. The Dockside Diner is what it's called, and it has a very cute theming to it. There's a lot of blue here, so if you could wear something that is blue, it would match pretty well. Anywhere kind of right along the fence here would be cute, even if you just want to hold up your drink or your food or something to get a photo without you kind of in it, you could do that, or just standing in front of it as well. And this here is the Hollywood Chinese Theater, based off of the one in California. This place is gorgeous. I'm honestly kind of glad the more and more I am here that they took the sorcerer's hat down, just because it does give it quite the view. I also cannot wait until this new ride opens, Rip Great Movie Ride. I wish they would have just added it on and kept the Great Movie Ride. So a couple shots you can do in this area. First off, right by this fountain, looks really good. I have some photos from last year. I'll put one in right now. Also, there's all these fingerprints, handprints on the ground that are super nice. They're great to take photos with. It's a lot cleaner than if you go to anywhere in Hollywood to try to do it. Another great spot is standing right in the very center. All this artwork detailing is just absolutely beautiful. And then of course here too at the side, feel free to go pose with one of these majestic lions. Can't actually find it right now, but I know on one of these stones, Audrey Hepburn had her footprints, or sorry, her handprints in it, and it is the only place where her handprints are. No one ever asked her to do it. So I don't know where it is, but fun fact, it is somewhere in this area. I found it before, I just honestly do not remember where it is right now. Yikes, look at this rain. Okay, so it's pouring, but we gotta move on because I looked at the radar and it's only gonna get worse, which is so exciting. So we are about to head into Animation Courtyard. There's nothing too iconic per se in Animation Courtyard, but I am just going to show you guys some things that I really like that if you are creative, and I definitely encourage you to be that way with these walls and such, that you could incorporate into any photo. So the first one is just the details on this archway here. Look at all those. Isn't that super cool? You could definitely do something creative with that. Moving on in, it's busy because the rain has just stopped. But there are some character meet and greets. So we have Fancy Nancy who meets right out here. You can see people chilling there right now. We obviously have Launch Bay, which has some character meet and greets of all the Star Wars characters. I just stepped in a really big puddle. And the Disney Junior show. One of my favorite things though has always been back here just to the left. So they have the studio store, Launch Bay, and then this here. This here is just a really super cool glass wall. I feel like there's a lot someone could do with this with like light reflections and colors and stuff. I don't know, I think it could look really, really neat. From here, we naturally move right on into the Incredibles area. So this area coming up used to be where Toy Story Mania entered and was the Toy Story area before they made Toy Story Land. And then it was closed off for a while, and then over the last few months, they completely rethemed it into an Incredibles section. And off to the left first, we have the infamous little Jack Jack hole in the wall. A lot of people get photos where they will stand right beside this little hole in the wall or sit down just so they can have Jack Jack right next to them. Right across the way, you also have a really cool mural on the wall. People stand all over this. There's people standing in front of it right now, but that pink-purple circle is a very, very popular place. And once again down a little further where once again people are sitting on the ground, we have the Incredible Celebration. This big, I'm gonna call it like a kaboom. That's a really bad term for it, but it's right there. I'll insert a photo of the picture that I took while I was here. And then finally walking all the way down, we have the giant eye on the wall for the Incredibles. I think you could also do something really, really hilarious with the raccoon and the cookies down here too. Time to head right on into one of my favorites, Toy Story Lands. First off, it's kind of an unofficial spot. I guess all these really are, but a picture that I took last year that ended up really cool was me standing right in front of the roller coaster, right in this area. I'll put in the photo right now. Right after the exit to Toy Story Mania, we have the Lexo Ball, which a lot of people like to take photos for, and we are actually going to go in the exit to Toy Story Mania to find our next areas. This is obviously a little easier if you're coming out of the ride, however you can just walk in the exit to get to these areas too. So the first of two walls that are here is the Popsicle Stick wall, which is right in the exit, and then if you do turn around, you do have the checkerboard wall as well. And walking back out to this side of the Lexo Ball this time, we are gonna run into something extremely iconic, the one and only Forky. Forky is right here, right beside Woody's, Andy's, whatever's lunchbox. He is right here, and he is looking like absolute trash, and I love it. On the other side of the Chinese theater, we do have the ABC Commissionary. Nothing is here for photos, but we're just gonna walk right past it. Here we are on Grand Ave, and there's some really cool stuff happening here. So first off, just looking in these shop windows, there's so much to see. There's little hidden things everywhere in regards to movies, shows, all that kind of stuff, and everything's just so pretty. You could really individualize your background here however you wanted. There's so many different walls and things to see and colors and whatever theme that you guys have on your Instagram. If you do have a theme or just want to stick to a certain color, there's probably something here that will have something very similar or something that you can tailor right to you. Like look at this music wall. They have all the hanging sheet music. I don't know, I think that's super neat. At the end, we then have the one and only Galaxy's Edge entrance. Actually, there's gonna be more than one, what am I saying? But this is a really great place to take photos at right now because it hasn't opened yet. And it's kind of a little iconic moment, like there was the wall around Toy Story Land last year. There's this here for Galaxy's Edge. We're now headed right down here behind Muppet Vision for one of my favorite, actually, little hacks to get right behind Muppet Vision very quickly without any crowds. As you can see, there's no one around. It looks like a cast member only entrance, doesn't it? Well, actually, as it turns out, you can head right around this corner here and you're still on stage. So one really cool thing here is this wet paint sign with beaker and animal. They got the huge yellow splotch. It just looks super, super cool. We also have this stoplight here you can do something creative with, but this is just one of my favorite spots. There's just so much you can do with it, and there's so much saturation you could add with the yellow, and yellow honestly just matches with everything, so it's perfect. The paint splotches actually continue right around the corner where we have this big Kermit the Frog with some purple and some pink. You can sit right up right in the middle there if you want and get a nice big portrait size shot. Around the corner from that we have the Wonderful Shop, or It's a Wonderful Shop, and they have a giant snowman right here. One of my favorite places is right beside it, and it is Pizza Rizzo. There are a couple things right here. So first of all, there's the tomato loading zone, no parking at any time, and then there's also the you got the dough, we got the cheese, right beside the oven fresh pizza. Both are iconic walls, if you ask me. And before I leave, I can't help but get one last shout out to my pal Gertie. Right up here. Gertie is one of the very first animated characters ever. She's not part of the Disney Company. I believe she is in the Creative Commons now, but she was one of the first ever animated characters, and it was a big step in animation history, so gotta give a big shout out to her. She takes some great photos with the little ice cream stand that's under her, if you do have an ice cream cone, or if you just want to stand there. And with that, I am headed out of studios. Those are the best places to take photos in studios. I literally came here just to film this video quickly for you guys, so I hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, because I post videos like this all the time. I have Animal Kingdom left to film and Resorts and Beyond, so make sure you give it a thumbs up if you do want to see any of those videos. Also, make sure you guys comment down below any walls that I may have missed or places in Hollywood Studios that you love to take photos at. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a magical rest of your day.